cold, open, cold.
Look up in the sky.
Open, cold, open, cold, open, cold.
There's nothing there.
Cold open! Hey guys, Lexstyle here.
And I'm Bat Tracy.
For Punk Rock Blues.
The two of us are wearing no blue except on his
so
pants.
much blue.
And maybe my boxers.
Maybe my socks. My socks are blue.
Some boxers a little bit. You can't see
Boxers
them.
are black, and this is gray and red.
What's your favorite color on the TV? Is it blue? No. Is it purple? Oh my god.
Black,
is it
blue.
red, black, purple, blue or gray? Blue or gray?
This is Fantasy Book on the DC Universe 12?
This is 12, yes.
This is episode 12.
Because 36 is our last.
36 movies we're up to. The final year of the Phase 3.
It's crazy because you gotta think, if this was real life, this would be years of development, and we're doing it like in like a month.
Yeah.
We're like, here's 36 movies. Get them out there. Cast Jake Gyllenhaal in as many as you can.
So he'd be my Green Lantern?
Get The Rock.
He'd be a good Hal Jordan.
I would prefer him as Kyle Rayner.
Too old now.
Kyle, he's my favorite Green Lantern.
But he's too old now to be Kyle Rayner.
Okay. So, before we get into stuff, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and go check out our
Patreon at patreon.com/punkrockblues.
Yeah, check us above if you like this.
You could also give us 3 thumbs up, because you could thumbs up, but then you hit it again, and then it goes away, so you have to do it again.
We're going to jump over there,
No, we're
but
gonna do our
before
picks.
that, I was literally about to say, but before that, we're going to do our guesses. I had my 3 guesses for you, but then I remembered you're ending with a Justice League, so I had to, I'll say my original 3.
Okay.
Static Shock 3,
Okay.
Green Arrow 2 or 3, 3,
3,
and or Teen Titans 2.
Okay.
And then, of course, Justice League 3. So any of those 3, and then with a Justice League for sure.
For you, I'm going to guess Justice League, because I know you said you're doing a Justice League.
I don't remember saying that, but okay.
I think you're maybe doing a Legion of Superheroes, just because you're like, oh, it's characters I don't really know, and you wouldn't allow to say if I did them already. But I don't think you did the Forgotten Heroes, and you explicitly kept saying it was a team. So I'm pretty sure you maybe did the Legion of Superheroes.
Did I say it was a team? Because I don't think I did.
You kept being like, oh, I'm doing this team, and I don't know any characters' names, and I need to keep looking it up. And then I'm going to go with...
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
2 of my 3 films are ending trilogies.
Ending trilogies. Trilogies, more like
quadrilogies.
What?
Alien. Die Hard, if you're only counting the good ones.
Can I see your lit? No, because you'll delete it again. Because he deleted his...
Oh, that was awful. I don't want to talk about it.
So you've
Bring
done
back some bad memories.
You've done Batman 3 times. You did Superman already. You did Nightwing already. Have you done 3 Green Lanterns?
I'm not answering any questions.
I don't think you would do it though, because you ended Arrow and Canary at 2. Maybe Arrow needs to come back for a reason. I'll go with Arrow 3.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna hop over.
We're gonna hop over.
I'm
here. We're gonna do a quick recap just because it's the end of the phase.
Sure.
Hit the arrows for me. I did Batman Hush for a little bit. I did The Flash and Green Lantern, The Brave and the Bold. I did The Death of Superman. I did Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. I did Booster Gold 2, Robin 3000.
A confusing title.
Yep. I did Blue Beetle. I did Zatanna 2, The Search for Giovanni. I did Aquaman H2O.
And then I got one more.
Yep. And I did Wonder Woman 2,
Hey,
Dark Angel Cometh. What did I fix?
That's 9.
Yes, I did fix that today. And if you go one more slide, you'll be actually at the normal. Okay, thank you.
Alright.
So you guessed Static Shock, Green Arrow 3,
or
and
Titans
2. Okay.
Ready?
Yes. I did Titans 2.
Nice.
Let me tell you about it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do here.
Yeah.
A flashback.
R rating again.
Yep, I did that. It's kind of a PG-13 movie. I was like, I gotta do it for him. Flashback is shown from the events of the Big Bang during the first Static Shock movie, where 2 Gains, Force Syndicate, and Paris Bloods are shown fighting before the Q-Juice, the Quantum Juice, tear gas goes off. Yeah. Remember, I called it Q-Juice because I thought Quantum Juice was a little too cheesy. And then my universe became the goofiest than ever, so who cares? Years later,
Yeah.
the Titans arrive in Dakota to meet Static and Gear, who recently joined the team along with other new members, Oracle and Tempest. I don't know if you remember them joining at the end of the end credits of Static Shock 2 a whole phase ago. And then Oracle and Tempest. Oracle was at the end of Nightwind.
So
and
I was
just happened.
technically right when saying Static Shock 3 and Titans.
This is just a Static Shock 3 movie disguised as Titans. Yep. Okay. They are investigating a gang raid at a crack house that left many criminals and addicts dead. Away from the team, Arsenal takes some of the drugs marked as at the scene as evidence. Okay. So it does a little, pockets.
Wow.
Ooh. The raid is revealed to be the work of the Blood Syndicate, a gang that formed after the Big Bang, with its members being the surviving the gang shown in the flashback. So the Force Syndicate and the Paris Blood, some lived, they became the Blood Syndicate. They are, as I always love to do, Aqua Maria exhibits all the properties of water. Marta.
I like how I know a lot of these from the show.
Yeah. A lot of them are actually renamed, though. Marta, who is Brick House, no known last name, 10-foot tall, super strong woman of living brick, not break.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the Big Bang led to a substantial brain damage, including epilepsy and retrograde amnesia.
Wow.
DMZ has superhuman strength, durability, can fly, and his eyes glow red. I spelled red wrong, I guess, too.
Wow.
He never speaks or removes his mask, not even to eat. Also, he's the only member of the team that was not affected from the Big Bang. He got his powers elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Carlos Quinos Jr., who's Fade, he can fly and pass through solid objects. He is a deeply closeted gay man in love with Tech-9.
The rapper?
No, there's a character named Tech-9 that's on the next slide.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I wanted you to make that joke. I could not type at all this one. Siraquino, flashback. She can fly and travel back in time 3 seconds. She's also a crack addict. That's just a fun little thing.
Yeah.
Which actually kind of leads to a little bit of demise in her on her stand-ins of the group.
Okay.
And Leonard Smalls Jr. is Holocaust, a superhuman strong pyrokinetic.
Okay.
Next slide, please. I got characters. I got Rolando Texador. What a name. He's Tech-9. He has the ability of talismanic telekinesis, which is then DC made up for him, making him able to shoot endless quantities of bullets from at any and all guns with perfect accuracy. He can also materialize guns in his hands. He's
wow.
OP.
That is very cool power.
Yeah. Pui-Chun, third rail. He is able to absorb any form of energy and can use it to grow in size and strength. If you notice, some of them, they say just has the ability. I was like, I don't know if that's male or female, so I'm especially going to put the he is able. The Blood Syndicate announces, God, I could not type this slide, announces that the raid was a way for them to take back operating expenses. They send a threat to other gangs, warning them not to get in their way.
Yeah.
Wanting an interview with the Blood Syndicate, Dakota Chronicles Roberta Chaplik follows them to another raid where she is shot and killed, but Flashback reverses time to bring her back to life, and Holocaust burns her shooter to death. Against their vicious way of taking care of business, the Titans vow to take down the Blood Syndicate, though Arsenal says that he believes they could be allies. Oliver Queen and Dana Lance arrive after they discover that Roy took the drugs from the raid, so they found that out, and in order to get him help, relieves him from his duties on the team and takes him back to Star City. So he's gone.
I'm going to say real quick.
Okay.
I can tell this is a Static Shock movie disguised as Titans because you have not mentioned a single Titan by name.
Because I just like the Titans. I messaged Arsenal. I was going to put them down here. Do you remember all my Titans?
Yes. So Cyborg.
He's dead. Nightwind, Raven, Starfire, Beast Boy, Arsenal, now Oracle and Tempest, and Static and Gear. I'm going to take us back to Star City. The Blood Syndicate challenged the other gangs in town to a war at Ground Zero, which was the scene of the Big Bang. The Titans try to show up early to defeat them before things get out of hand, but they are met with an ambush by the other gangs. And by the Blood Syndicate, who too were early. So they're like, whoa, everyone's here. Next slide, please.
Oh, geez, 3.
Yeah. Half of the Titans goes after the Blood Syndicate, while the other half goes to settle down
Should be go after. Half of the Titans go after the Blood Syndicate.
Well, I switched to which order I put Blood Syndicate and gains, so whatever. While the other half goes to settle down the other gains. During the game war, Holocaust and Tech-9 begin internally fighting over who should be the leader of the game. What a thing to do during a battle. I want to be a leader.
No, I do.
They decide to settle the score right then and there since they are already in a war. Tech-9 takes a horrible beating, but the half of the Titans sent to stop them to break up the fight so no more blood is shed. Yeah. Right. In doing so, Holocaust is sent into a fury of arrogance which gets the best of him as Tech-9 is able to come back using his own power of unlimited gunfire and telekinetic control over his guns to win the fight. Holocaust begins losing control, burning more and more gang members until he's shot with an arrow delivered by the returning Arsenal. So he's just on a rooftop and he's like, I'm back, guys.
So we're going to go deal with that drug thing.
Yeah. I want to specify, Holocaust is not dead.
Okay.
He got shot. The Blood Syndicate and the Titans start working together to stop the rest of the Gains to success. At the end of the Gain War, the Blood Syndicate turns himself into the cop, realizing the effects their wrongdoings have had on their city. Because they were kind of like the good guys. Like, they're not a team, they're a Gain, but they want to stop the crime because they want to be the crime. So they're like, you know what, we're bad. Arsenal is officially welcomed back to the team at Titan Tower with a steady plan to get clean, sober, and back on track.
Wow.
End credit scene, Jefferson Pierce resigns as Secretary of Education from President Luther's cabinet after getting the news that his father has been murdered.
Wow.
Characters I got, and you got Titans, you got the Blood Syndicate, I got Roberta Chaplick, who goes by Rob. Just
Who
so
is
you know.
that?
She's the reporter that got shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You never mentioned her.
I did mention her. Go back a slot. Oliver Queen and Dinah are there, too.
Okay, yeah, you should list the Titans individually.
It was so much room. It took up so much. I also was gonna copy that and like orange over right the current because they're not new anymore. Whatever. Also, I went with Roman numeral too. Very specific. Don't go. You're going up, right? I thought you were just gonna keep going.
I was about to, and then. Okay.
Let's move to yours.
All right, so I'm on my phase 3, and I had Zatanna and Shazam, Wonder Woman War, The Batman Terrorizes, Superman 3 Doomsday, John Constantine and the Death of a Dead Man, The Flash Zoom, Aquaman King, Nightwing 3 The Outsiders, and Teen Titans vs. Doom Patrol. What was your guess?
I guessed the Legion of Superheroes, like his Green Lantern or Green Arrow 3, just on the off chance of because I know he's retired, but maybe he came back.
Okay.
And Justice League.
I did the Saga of the Swamp.
I should have known that. You did the end credits tease.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Husband-wife scientist duo Linda and Alec Holland are working in a secret facility in an unnamed Louisiana swamp along with their colleague Anton Arcane. Working on a chemical compound to solve the death of plant life in the Amazon jungles, the Hollands have no idea that Arcane is being secretly funded by Lex Luthor. One night, while the Hollands are staying late working, Arcane has hired goons to go attack them. While protecting his wife, Alec is doused in the chemicals he'd been working with, beginning to melt his skin. While Linda watches her husband in horror, he dives out the window, running into the swamp. The goons leave Linda behind, driving away as Linda races to the swamp, where Alec's body never comes up. As time goes by, Linda feels she is haunted by the swamp when she's working and begins to further suspect that Arcane was involved in the death of her husband.
Can you please sing that sentence for me to the tune of when God says wash your hands? You know, when he goes, when years go by.
As time goes by, Linda feels... I don't know.
Okay.
The death of her husband.
Yeah.
One night, thinking she hears screams in the swamp, Linda calls the occult. Yeah, occult. It's a hard word to say.
It's not.
Detective team of Constantine and Blood to investigate.
Who's Blood?
Okay. Now, smash cut.
Did we see Blood already?
Jason Blood?
Did we see him yet?
Maybe.
Okay.
He might have been in the Constantine movie post-credits. Okay. So smash cut. Okay. Alec Holland's body floats to the surface of the swamp water, vines and gunk growing from his face and mouth. Alec lets out a giant scream into the swamp as his body is transformed into a plant monster, with the only memories of his past life being his murder and his wife. Holland sets out to find Linda. So the scream there was the one that she heard earlier.
Oh.
Yeah. Constantine and Blood arrive to the facility where Linda is hiding out when Holland climbs from the swamp onto the beach. Thinking that Constantine and Blood are goons attacking Linda, Swamp Thing attacks them. Using their magic proves ineffective against the creature, and he is able to knock Blood out before wrapping Constantine in vines. Swamp Thing groans out, Linda. And realizing it's her husband, Linda convinces Alec to release John. Arcane is in his office watching Swamp Thing's appearance on his monitor when he
move out of mine.
When he decides to create his own army like Alec. Sending a team to the facility in the middle of the night, Arcane forces Dr. Jason Woodrue to be doused in the chemicals and lit on fire before being extinguished in the swamp. Woodrue goes into a coma for a week before beginning to sprout plant leaves from his eyes and body. Arcane dubs him the Floronic Man.
Yeah, okay.
While reconnecting with Alec, Linda, John, and Jason form a plan to take down Arcane before he can use the experiments for evil. Linda dubs Alec Swampy, who begins... And that was purely because I didn't want to type Swamp Thing all the time.
Oh.
Who tries to warn the group
I figured it was a Toxie reference.
Yeah, kind of. Who tries to warn the group of the experiment that happened the previous night with Arcane's team, because he, witnessed...
Yeah.
Okay. Suddenly... Also, I said the previous night when previously I said a week goes by. Suddenly, the group are attacked by wooden spears through the wall, with Jason getting one in the shoulder. Linda tends to Jason while John and Swampy fight with the Floronic Man. The former Dr. Woodrew's mind has been twisted from the experiment, leading him to want to destroy all plant life, since that's what he became. While trying to conjure a difficult spell, John goes into a coughing fit, while Floronic is able to pin Swampy to the ground. Swamp Thing forms into grass, wrapping around Floronic Man and snapping him in half. Bobo the chimp appears through a portal, taking John and Jason away for healing. Meanwhile, Arcane readies his goon army and leads them to the swamp, catching Linda and Swampy off guard. Swamp Thing pushes Linda away from Hart and leading a rage-fueled charge at the goons, slaughtering them with ease, like he's just killing people. Okay? Arcane rushes at Swampy but is knocked away. Arcane laughs and then sheds his skin, showing his skeleton with organs and whatnot, revealing himself to be an immortal from the 18th century.
Okay.
While Swampy fights with Arcane, Arcane proves to be stronger, beating Swamp Thing into the swamp. When Arcane turns his attention to Linda, Bobo reappears from a portal, coming out with a musket and firing at Arcane. While not hurting Arcane, it distracts him enough that Swampy can pull him into the swamp, with only Swamp Thing coming back out.
How many slides is this? Okay.
End credit scene. Boston Brand is hanging out in an afterlife bar with dead people when he is attacked by the ghost of Hal Jordan. Rated R, got Swamp Thing, Dr. Linda Holland, Anton Arcane, John Constantine, Jason Blood, Jason Woodrue, Floronic Man, Bobo T. Chimpanzee in a cameo, Lex Luthor in a cameo.
Where was Lex Luthor?
He would just be in like a call with Anton Arcane.
Okay.
I mentioned that. How's Jordan cameo and then Dead Man cameo. Okay. Is that not a wild film?
Yeah, it's crazy. I definitely have some plans about my review. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Bow down to the masters. Break it down. I did Black Lightning.
Wow, I knew it.
How'd you know it?
Because of the post-credits.
Right. Jefferson Pierce returns to the south side of Metropolis with his wife Lynn Stewart and his daughters Anissa and Jennifer after learning of his father's...
What was that?
Jefferson Pierce returns to the south side of Metropolis with his life... Jefferson Pierce returns to the south side of Metropolis with his wife Lynn Stewart and his daughters Anissa and Jennifer after learning of his father's murder, where he takes up his old job as principal of Garfield High. I want to specify something right away. Lynn Stewart, I don't know if Stewart's her maiden name and she didn't take his name, if her name's just like Lynn Stewart
Or
Pierce.
she's the sister of Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So she is credited only as Lynn Stewart, but if her name is Pierce, it's credited as Pierce. But in characters, when we get to that, okay. After reuniting with Peter Gamby, an old family friend, at his father's funeral, the two reminisce about Jefferson growing up with Peter around, and the fact that Peter had actually taught Jefferson to suppress his metahuman abilities as to not hurt any loved ones. Now, upon his return, Peter suggests that Jefferson should use his powers for good to save the city, now more commonly known as Suicide Slum. So that part of the city, I should say.
What's the city name? Metropolis?
It's Metropolis, but it's the south side, Suicide Slum, so it's not technically the city, it's the part. After taking his job as principal back up, Jefferson learns that Suicide Slum is being torn up by the 100, a criminal organization led by Tobias Whale, an African-American albino kingpin. As a former presidential cabinet member, Jefferson speaks out against the 100's drug trafficking. As a way to send a message to Jefferson, Tobias sends Joey Toledo to attack one of his students, Earl Clifford, with the attack ending when Earl is killed after being hit by a car.
Wow.
As a way of revenge, Jefferson has Peter make him a suit and starts going by Black Lightning. He goes after Joey Toledo, and after stopping his henchman, warns Joey to meet him at the high school gymnasium to inform of the 100. So pretty much this scene, he pulls him up and grabs him against the wall. It's like, you're meeting me at the gym, you are telling me about the 100.
Okay.
Like that. Next slide. At the meeting with Joey, members of the League of Assassins show up to kill Black Lightning after Tobias put out a hit on him. The brawl ends with one of the League of Assassins members accidentally killing Joey and being called off the attack by Tobias to leave. Back Black Lightning for another time and returns. He's like, leave him there, you gotta come back, you screwed up. Yeah. So return to the 100 HQ. Black Lightning follows the League of Assassins back to the 100's headquarters, where he shuts off power to the building and begins infiltrating it. He absorbs the electricity from the building and go level by level, stopping all of the henchmen from the 100 that get in his way. So this is a really cool scene. I don't know if he can do that. Like, anyone can, pull a valve to shut off power. I don't know if he can absorb power. I think
he can.
His powers are very vague. His Wikipedia page...
His powers work separately from Static Shock.
Yeah. His Wikipedia page, as part of the description, shows he didn't have originally have powers. He just had a belt that created a force field with electric shocks. They later retconned that he had it as a kid. And that's literally the only sentence. So they don't describe his powers and abilities. So this scene's really cool, though. It's kind of like the stairwell fight from Daredevil, where you just watch him go, just fight everyone. Yeah. Cool. Stop Alejandro and get away. He comes into contact with the League of Assassins again as he reaches the top floor outside of Tobias' office, where he apprehends the League by sending them into an electric shock. So you just kind of see, like, you just see them shock and just spazzing for a little bit. I like that shot. Black Lightning finally reaches Tobias' office, who surrenders, fearing for his life after watching his entire organization so easily defeated and perished at the hands of Black Lightning. Black Lightning turns Tobias into the cops, and after successfully shutting down the entirety of the Hundred's organization, vows to help continuing to clean up Suicide Slum, filling in one of the holes in Metropolis after Superman's passing.
I forgot you killed Superman, and I was wondering this whole time going, like, why is he in Metropolis? Why is Metropolis having problems? They have Superman, and then you just said that and went, oh yeah, okay, Superman's dead.
If you remember Superman, do you remember how, like, every movie after Superman, if anyone went to Metropolis, was like, I'm gonna fill in these holes.
Yeah.
So I did that again. End credit scene. Jefferson is called to the hospital upon hearing that his old friend Michael has attempted suicide. So he lived. I did not put a last name, so you could not figure it out, because these people are actually not friends. Like, not like known friends. They're friends in the comics, but
is
they're
Mr.
not like...
Terrific?
I don't know. I can't tell you. Anyways, we got characters. Okay. We got Jefferson Pierce, Black Lightning. We got Tobias Whale. We got Peter Gamby. We got Joey Toledo. I love his name. The 100, the League of Assassins, Lynn Stewart, again, could be Pierce. Nissa Pierce, Jennifer Pierce, Earl Clifford.
Oh, that was really good.
Thank you. Also, that was the one where I was like, your picture is not on the email. It's the one that's showing up, so I actually had to go Google that. I also don't really like the picture. The smile is creepy. I don't know if you feel the same way, but...
Ready? Yeah. Close your eyes. Alright. The Green Lantern Corps, Terror of Parallax. Let me tell you about this, because it's wild. Kyle Rayner, to whom the last Green Lantern ring in existence was awarded, has been training with Guy Gardner, even helping Superman to defeat Doomsday, if you remember that. Feeling the weight on his shoulders of having the last ring, and having to listen to Guy's tales of how much a hero Hal was, Kyle leaves Earth to find himself. With Kyle gone, Guy is left to fight with the tattooed man who only slightly challenges him. Meanwhile, Black Hand has returned, and vowing revenge on the Green Lanterns, revives Hal Jordan's body into living undead. When Guy is alerted to this, he flies to the graveyard where he's confronted by Black Hand and his army of the undead, led by Hal. Guy has to fight back against the undead, trying his hardest to not ruin Hal's body. Finally able to overcome Black Hand, Guy returns Hal to his gravesite. While Kyle is in space, he encounters the Parallax Paradox, an entity feared by Oa as it harnesses the power of fear. Kyle uses his green light to scare away Parallax, but is able to sneak away to Earth. I love that sentence because it's like it's sneaking away in the middle of space. Yeah. Where it finds the body of Hal Jordan, bringing him back to life as an evil force. Hal, as Parallax, is full of hatred and anger over his death and past life, leading him on a warpath. First he goes after Guy Gardner, killing him after a surprise. That sounds weird saying it out loud, but he like surprises him and kills him, okay? Then Hal seeks out Sinestro, slaughtering him for his yellow power. Kyle is alerted to the death of Guy and rushes back to Earth where he encounters Parallax again. Also, I wonder if people are like, why is he killing Green Lanterns so often? It's because I view the Green Lanterns as police, and police get killed every day. Okay. So it's like...
Yeah, but there's not so many of them on Earth.
I know.
There's only should be one at a time, or whatever.
But every one that got killed was replaced. Yeah. But now he's the last, so it's like...
I wanted you to kill Guy his first scene, so... I could have done with whatever Godzilla movie you showed me where Zilla shows up and instantly dies. I could have done with that.
Those Final Wars. Yeah. Kyle goes to war against Hal, but Parallax is able to infiltrate Kyle's mind, plaguing him with the visions of his murdered girlfriend and the death of Oa. Kyle is beaten and hurt by Hal, who vows to destroy the entire universe. While fighting with Hal, Kyle attempts to contact any heroes to help him, only getting the attention of the Flash. Wally races into battle, knocking Hal off his feet and introducing himself to Kyle. The two try to put up a fight against Hal, but are unable to stop him. Wally sends out a Justice League beeper, letting them know the fight is on. Suddenly, Superman, Wonder Woman, Barry Allen, Blue Beetle, and Black Lightning show up, helping to even the odds against Parallax. The heroes team up fighting against the evil constructs that Hal creates, but Beetle and Lightning are taken out. Cassie is locked in a construct by Hal before Barry and Wally team up to fast punch Hal. Couldn't think of a better term to call it, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Hal takes out Wally's legs, but Superman grabs Hal, flying him into outer space and to the sun, where they brawl while Superman tries to burn Parallax away. Hal is able to overcome Clark, tossing him into the sun before flying away. Parallax flies back to Earth, but Superman chases after, brawling with Hal on the way back to the ground. Superman, having sucked up so much sunlight, is overpowered and able to finally hurt Parallax. With Parallax weakened, Kyle goes on the attack, battering him around. Barry grabs Hal, trying to snap him out of the Parallax curse, but is unable to. Hal throws Barry aside and goes after Wally and Kyle again, but Barry speeds at Hal, taking him into the Speed Force, and running so fast that Barry and Hal burn up. Leaving Parallax to fight. Horrified by the death of Barry, Wally traps Parallax in a speed tornado. Again, didn't know what to call it, but you know what I mean. Allowing Kyle to suck...
Can I say that I don't think of the Flash when you say speed tornado? I think of the end of Fantastic Four when Johnny has to go supernova around Dr. Doom.
Wally traps Parallax in a speed tornado, allowing Kyle to suck the Parallax power into his ring. With Parallax finally gone, Kyle has become the sole remaining Lantern, vowing to protect the universe from evil. End credits. With the power of Parallax in Kyle's ring, he becomes more powerful, donning the new name Ion. Characters: Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern; Guy Gardner, Green Lantern; Hal Jordan, Parallax; Wally West, The Flash; Barry Allen, The Flash; Clark Kent, Superman; Cassie Sandsmark, Wonder Woman.
That would happen at the...
Yeah, because Diana Prince...
I didn't know her name, so I was like, who?
Jefferson Pierce, Black Lightning; Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle; William Hand, Black Hand; and Abel Tarrant, the Tattooed Man.
Okay.
That was my Justice League movie.
Oh, okay.
Should I close my eyes?
Sure. I did Justice League versus the Manhunters. Why are you saying wow like that? You knew it was...
No, just the Manhunters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Many millions of years ago, the Guardians of the Universe tried their first attempt at creating an elite interstellar police force to take on threats all over the cosmos. This force was the Manhunters, a race of robots that eventually rebelled against the Guardians but were destroyed by the latter. The Guardians were like, you can't overpower us. The Guardians replaced the Manhunters with the Green Lantern Corps. That's just a little nod to that's what happened. Current day, some of the Manhunters escaped Oa and have been hiding on many planets, slowly rebuilding their forces and spreading their beliefs to others. They finally feel ready for revenge against the Guardians, and after learning of Hal Jordan's existence as a Green Lantern, invade Earth. They go right after Hal and Coast City, not knowing about the existence of Justice League, who Hal calls into battle. The Justice League arrive with new member Donna Troy in tow, who is now going by as Troya. So this was supposed to be the big reveal, where she's like, that whole Wonder Girl was like, I'm not using Wonder Girl, I'm using Troya. They go right onto the attack against the Manhunters, but more and more robots enter the atmosphere.
As I was reading along with you, I read that as reboots.
Feeling overpowered and dreading this may be the end of humanity, the Justice League begin discussing surrendering to save the human race. Just as they are about to surrender, another entity enters the atmosphere, but not another robot. It is revealed to be John Jones, a Green Martian, who explains that 20,000 years ago, the Green Martian race was formed from the burned and exiled Manhunters, and his race has been tracking their movement across the galaxy. He and the Justice League are able to defeat the Manhunters and save the day. As a new member of JLA, John is dubbed Martian Manhunter. No one credits me, and I did a little short movie. My characters, you got Batman, you got Zatanna, you got Green Lantern, Flash, you got Green Arrow, you got the Atom, got Aquaman, Blue Beetle, Troya, Martian Manhunter, the Guardians, and the Manhunters.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I saw the title and went, he's doing the Manhunters and Martian Manhunter. I was like, it's both of them. And then it happened. So I like that. I can't talk about it.
Yeah, you can't talk about it.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
I think it might be Legion of Superheroes. I don't know. Because what other team won't you know about?
But remember, I said 2 of the 3 are ending a trilogy. But you can go with the Legion of Superheroes.
No, maybe I'll go with Green Arrow? I don't know. I heard it. Hey, we got Wait, that's what I... Oh, no, I didn't do that. I did Superboy. Yeah, I was originally going to have the Legion.
2 out of the 3 are ending a trilogy.
Yeah. I was going to do this. They were supposed to be in my movie, and then I switched it around and did Superboy. Okay.
Let me tell you about it.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Booster Gold is stuck traveling through a portal through space and time, watching the events of Earth's heroes go by.
Did that happen sometime?
End credits. Booster is giving lessons to Jaime Reyes when he is sucked through a portal.
Did you remember that? Or...
Yep.
Okay.
Because I knew where it was going.
Okay.
Because I had it all planned out up to Phase 3.
Okay.
When he finally lands from the portal, he... also, what a way to start a movie. Yeah. Could you imagine sitting down in a theater and all of a sudden it just goes... when you're just like in a portal? Yeah.
It's kind of like the start of Ragnarok where he's just in the cell talking and you're just like, whoa, there's just a boss battle right now.
Just something happened.
Yeah.
When he finally lands from the portal, he's greeted by lightning lads.
That's how Star Trek opens. The 2009 one. It literally opens and then just boom, the warp speed. Yeah.
So he's greeted by Lightning Lad, Saturn Girl, and Cosmic Boy.
You went with those names.
Who inform him that they have pulled him from his timeline because they needed the greatest superhero in history to help them. Booster laughs at this, berating them for choosing him when they could have had Superman.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little Easter egg.
Yeah.
The three young heroes show Booster of his history, the villains he's defeated, the lives he saved, even saving Superman from Doomsday. Booster says that he has no memories of these events, having been pulled from the timeline before they happened, causing him to further berate the team. Booster leaves, running outside, where he realizes he's in the 31st century with no knowledge of how anything works. The three heroes take him back in, explaining that they need his help against the Blight, an alien race that infests worlds, taking over their races and destroying their resources. Lightning Lad explains that if the Blight were to get to their headquarters, they would be accessible to their time-travel transporters and would be able to go back through history, conquering world after world. Booster goes on a recon mission with Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, and Lightning Lad where they show him the Blight before being attacked by a horde of Blight. After narrowly escaping the Blight attack, the team regroups at their headquarters. Booster says that they need a stronger team, while Lightning Lad says they can put out a signal. The next day, dozens of superpowered individuals show up at the headquarters for trials to join the team. Any of these you need to know their powers, just ask.
Okay.
The likes of Arm Fall Off Boy.
What's his power?
He can detach his arm and use it as a weapon.
Okay.
I'll just say all of them.
Yeah.
Matter Eater Lad. He can eat anything. Chlorophyll Kid. He can make plants grow really fast.
Okay.
Color Kid. He can change the color of any item.
And Bouncing Boy was in my movie, so you don't need to describe
And
it.
Bouncing Boy can bounce.
I love that he's rejected from the
They
team.
are rejected from
even
the
though he's noted on Wikipedia as one of the strongest adversaries, and actually he reveals to be a good fighter.
Yeah.
I can't believe you cut Bouncing Boy. I can't believe you cut Arm Fall Off Boy. I kind of skimmed accidentally and just saw Arm Fall Off Boy, and I just laughed like you were saying something earlier.
While Triplicate Girl, Chameleon Boy, Star Boy, Colossal Boy, Phantom Girl, Karate Kid, and Brainiac 5 are accepted onto the team. Here comes a fun montage where Booster Gold and the Legion of Superheroes train together and learn to fight as a team.
Nice. Is that scene of them being cut, is that very Deadpool 2-esque?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just really, that's like a funny, because
Or,
I want to
no.
keep Booster Gold, like, he's got character development in this movie,
Yeah.
but it's light and breezy.
I'd
and fun.
rather have it instead of Deadpool 2, even though it's your movie, but I'm saying what I wanted in my head. The Sky High, when they have to find out if
it's
they're
kinda
a
like that.
hero
Yeah,
or a
that's what I
sidekick.
was envisioning.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Booster and the Legion prepare for their attack on the Blight, finishing the final touches on their plan before leading a full-on charge at the Blight mothership. Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, Triplicate Girl, Colossal Boy, Karate Kid, and Phantom Girl fight the Blight soldiers on the ground, while Booster Gold leads a team of Lightning Lad, Brainiac 5, and Chameleon
Camille Boy.
inside.
Cameo
I
Neil.
spelled that wrong and forgot to fix it. I knew I did that.
Camille Boy.
Yeah. Inside the mothership, with Chameleon Boy shapeshifting proving effective, with him able to pose as a Blight, taking the others captive. Brainiac 5 begins to hack the Blight computer systems, hoping to shut them down so they can no longer communicate. Meanwhile, the outside team are getting swarmed by the Blight and being overpowered. Karate Kid is fighting nearly all the Blight himself, but the others are swarmed with no help. When hope looks lost, the Legion of Rejected Heroes shows up to help, with Arm Fall Off Boy using his arm to fight the Blight, while Bouncing Boy knocks Blight down to help. Chlorophyll Kid grows plans to wrap the Blight while Color Kid gets killed. That was a sentence where I was like, that's gonna make you laugh. Because what can you do? He's like, woo, you're yellow now. So yeah, he gets killed.
Okay.
Booster's team gets trapped inside while the Blight having them locked in the control room. Matter Eater Lad is thrown inside by Colossal Boy. That's Colossal Boy, you didn't have the big one. And eats his way inside the room, helping Booster and team to escape, having set a self-destruct on the mothership. As the Legion escape, the mothership explodes, killing all the Blight instantly. The Legion of Superheroes celebrate the end of the Blight while giving Booster the option of returning home to his time. Realizing that the heroes of the past don't need him anymore, Booster chooses to stick around with the Legion as their leader. The end credits, I went comedy. Yeah. Matter Eater Lad accidentally eats the arm of Arm Fall Off.
How? How do you
Don't know.
Okay. Your review time.
First, I got all my characters. Booster Gold. These are all the names. I'm going to read all of them because I spent Darth Rance, Lightning Lad, Irma, Imrod Ardeen, Saturn Girl, Rock Kryn, Cosmic Boy, Lerna Durgo, Triplicate Girl, Tinya Wazo, Phantom Girl. This one made me laugh. Reap Daigle, Chameleon Boy.
Pretty sure he's in my movie.
Jim Allen.
I didn't have him.
Colossal Boy. Thom Caller, Star Boy. Coral Docs, Brainiac 5. Chuck Tane, Bouncing Boy. Tenzil Kem, Matter Eater Lad. Val Armor, Karate Kid. That's a weird way to spell Ralph Macchio.
No, you mean Billy Zabka.
Ulu Vac, Color Kid, Raoul Benham, Chlorophyll Kid, Floyd Belkin, Arm Fall Off Boy, and The Blight.
The Blight. Your review.
Yeah.
Phase in review.
I think I used all of these too. Except maybe him, unless that's Chameleon Boy. And I did use all of them.
Isn't Chameleon Boy the green guy maybe up there?
No, that's Brainiac 5.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's Saturn Girl. I don't know who that one. That might be
obviously.
Triple Kid. That's Triple Kid.
Yeah.
Triple Kate, I think is what her name became.
Well,
anyway,
I named it Triad.
Year in review.
It's year in review. He's not even set up for it.
I stand here, right?
Yeah, he's still
Okay.
there.
So Titans 2. I don't know how I feel about this.
Really?
It's very much a Static Shock movie.
Well, yeah.
In the form of Titans 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. It throws off the balance of a lot
You
of
want to
things.
know why? I thought I did Static Shock 3 already, and I went, oh, I need to put him in Titans, though. So.
Okay. It's just a Static Shock movie. You didn't name any of the Titans by name besides Arsenal, so I didn't really know who they were all.
Mutinies, Nightwind, Raven, Beast Boy, Starfire.
But none of them do anything.
They fight, and half of them splits up. They want to put in the effort of which half. I was too busy making typos.
Yeah. I like the villains because a lot of them are from the show, like Aquamarine,
They're all
Holocaust.
like renamed though. Holocaust, I didn't know if I should name Holocaust or not, but then I went with it because I was like, he's just
named that
awful.
in the show. Which
Is he?
Crazy, I think.
Because he changed his name to Pyre, which is
Yeah.
a pretty stupid name. It's Pyre. It's a stupid name.
I like that you did Flashback and Fade. Those are cool.
Yeah.
Tech 9, best character in your movie. Very OP.
Yeah.
Also great power.
Great name.
Yeah.
Not the Tech 9 part. The Rolando Texador.
Yeah. You should just go by that.
Yeah. He does. He does go by Texador, but sometimes he also goes by Tech. But
Third Rail.
Stupid name, and
Also stupid character. Who cares?
Yeah. There's so many members of this team, but so I only did.
Took the good ones.
I took the ones from the origin of the story because after the Holocaust Tech 9 fight actually happens, just not in that sense. I moved a lot of events from the Blood Syndicate stories around because of what I thought was most interesting. Of a random team that I randomly use, they have the longest Wikipedia page ever. You should read it. It is insane the stuff they've gotten into. But so like a lot of new characters came in after the Holocaust fight. Okay. So I was like, you know what? I'll cut off before Holocaust leaves. There's so many members though. Okay. One guy is actually supposed to die at the fight with all the wars, but he wasn't actually a member. He was just like they tricked him into being a representative for him, and I was like, I'm not doing him.
I was thinking it's kind of funny that you bring Oliver and Dinah in just
to take him away. Because I was like, I wanted them to kick him out, but then I was like, well, Ollie and Dinah would also get involved because then I can kind of recreate the cover of that issue.
But then him showing back up on the roof, that's great. That's a good scene. I can imagine it, and be like, and smiling because he's all smug and arrogant and shit. It's really good. Then the end credits. Yeah. Immediately when you read that, I went, well, he's doing Black Lightning.
Because you got super happy when I didn't know that Jefferson Pierce was Black Lightning in the Luther movie. I was like, this guy's on his cabin. You're like, whoa, awesome. Yeah. So I forgot about that, but then I was like, yeah.
Because I think that was the year I did Black and Blue, wasn't it? So
yeah, maybe. He was chosen for one specific reason, so I didn't know. As I said, I really wanted to do Adam. Yeah. Again, I didn't really want to, but I thought about it.
Because he has no villains, though.
Yeah, he has 4 villains. But then, as I was reading about Static Shock and the villains and stuff, as I was reading about Blood Syndicate, it turns out that Black Lightning is actually mistaken for Static's dad a lot. And he just goes, "No, I just get that a lot." And then it was like they meet together.
Yeah,
and
there's an issue where they work together.
Yeah.
And they explain how their powers are different.
Yeah, and so because of that, I went, you know what? I want to wrap up every loose end because I have my Phase 4 is completely like finished in my mind. And I was like, I have that as a completely that phase itself is just here's the story start to finish. So I was like, I want to keep wrapping up all those loose ends, except for Adam, like I said. But so when I was like, I haven't really done anything with him yet, you know. And
I feel like your universe is more of an open ended thing, where
Phase 4 is not going to be.
I think I've been doing like my phases could be broken into like this is clearly a Phase 1.
Yeah.
Phase 2 is its own thing. Going into Black Lightning then. I really like this. Is this original?
So
I've never heard of the 100 before. That's why I'm kind of like, I know you came up with, or didn't come up with that, but like, the 1,000?
The 1,000, is that in this one? Yeah. The 1,000 is after the 100. So, I knew I touched them before. luckily it worked out. So this is actually his origin story before he's president. Like, this is how Black Lightning becomes to be. Luckily, it works perfectly if I'm like, hey, he's already been in a bunch of movies because he's on the cabinet. He was at Superman's funeral. So it totally worked that I was able to take the original story
and just adapt it.
The only problem that I have with it is it was kind of retconned. Black Lightning, he was actually DC's first black hero. The reason he took the name Black Lightning is he himself kind of finds it racist, but he later states to a different character, he goes, none of us were around. I was around. So that's how like Black Lightning came to be. Because obviously they didn't care when he came out. He got released and like he's Black Lightning because he's black.
Yeah.
But as years go on, it's like, oh, that's kind of not the coolest name. But so he actually retconned.
I still really like it as a name.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But
because also his power's black.
Yeah. But he retconned it as like I was the only one of us around. And so, like, that's the only thing, like, that part of his character I obviously couldn't origin because there are black heroes, but it's whatever. But if you noticed, if you go back to Titans, the Blood Syndicate, a lot of them are females and they're all minorities and stuff.
Yeah, which is cool.
Which is really cool. So.
Well, not that they're all villains.
Well.
But yeah.
Well, because I made them villains. They're actually just heroes. I kind of messed up because I chose them as, like, they fought Static Shock once, but they were actually kind of good. So that's why I did the thing with Arsenal. I was like, no, guys, they can help us. They're good. Because I was like, crap, I'm really ruining them.
And the year-end credits has me real curious because I think it's Mr. Terrific.
Because I named a guy Michael?
Yeah, I think it's Mr. Terrific because I think his real name is Michael.
I'm pretty sure.
But maybe you're just doing something. I don't know.
Maybe I just wanted him to have a normal friend named Michael that attempts suicide. Which I realized, I came up with that. That was supposed to be the end of the movie. I was going to do something else for the end credits. And I was like, I don't have another plan, so I'll make it end credits. I was like, of course, here it is. Another terribly sad thing to go home on. Because I imagine these people leaving the theater and just like, oh my god, another one. This guy,
every movie's either a funeral or a death.
The biggest complaint people have about DC movies, and I keep doing it.
They're too dark.
Yeah, but keep talking about it because you didn't really talk much. Because you just asked if it was original and you didn't say anything else. How do you like about the whole stair, climbing the...
That was really fun. I like that bit. The League of Assassins feels a little silly because I think you used them in something else.
Yeah, they popped up in...
Batman or something?
Batman. Or any Ra's al Ghul stuff.
Okay.
It's not. Yeah, it's only a few of them. This brawl, that's from his origin. That is actually Merlin, but I haven't touched Merlin yet.
Yeah.
Merlin shows up, and then Batman shows up with like a whole like Batgirl and like this whole crew because he's tracking Merlin because Merlin was fired from the League of Assassins for killing someone, and so they just took this whole Batman storyline and went, hey, to give this new character some prep, we're gonna put in this guy Batman storyline.
The guy who created Black Lightning. He is constantly tweeting about how he doesn't like DC anymore because he thinks that they push Batman too much to the detriment of all the other characters, and they relegated Black Lightning to being a second-tier hero because of Batman. Because he was originally going to be the leader of the Outsiders,
his series
then he got bumped down because Batman was brought in.
Yeah, his series got cut, and they took his powers away, and we're like, well, we'll put him on the Outsiders. So yeah, but there was a whole thing of Batman shows up for Merlin. Batman shows up to fight Merlin. I was like, I'm not doing Merlin because he has to come in on a Green Arrow movie eventually.
Yeah.
Just put in some League of Assassins members. It's all good.
And then your Justice League one film thing, one slide. I really like this one.
Really?
I saw the title and went, wow, he's doing the Manhunters and also Martian Manhunter, and you did them both. Manhunters are a really good storyline. You have them attacking Hal right away. Jeff Johns did that in his story, or his run on Green Lantern.
Manhunters is a Green Lantern, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that he did a similar thing, and it was a really good storyline.
Oh, actually, I can't.
And then,
did you know that Manhunters are a Green Lantern villain? Because the Guardians, I said it oh, you don't know, but then, yeah.
And then you got John Jones coming in,
and
he's a Green Martian, and you got them coming in, and it was really good.
I
really
honestly
liked this
thought you were going to hate this movie.
Why?
Because I didn't think you either didn't care about the Manhunters, but also I know you don't like Martian Manhunter.
I don't like him very much.
I thought it was going to just ruin the movie for you, so you're like, oh, I'm excited, the Manhunter, the Martian is here.
I don't like to use Martian Manhunter because I feel like I just wouldn't use him.
Yeah,
but
he has no villains. Well, he has some villains, but I don't want to touch them.
Yeah, they're like Martians.
Also,
the white Martians.
Yeah.
And...
Have you ever seen what Mars was named by the Guardians of the Universe? It's like M apostrophe Akrita apostrophe Arzazadu apostrophe like it's so long. I literally could not fit it anywhere on this slide if I kept it like this.
And then you got him join the JLA as the March manager.
A nice little happy, because I'm pretty sure this was kind of not inspired by, but you like your first team movie. I think it was like your Titans or something, where like this plot just ends with they saved the day, and I was like, yeah, but how? And you're like, oh, like this. So I kind of inspired it off of that, where I was like, I want one slide, I can't write too much more. Because the Manhunter is...
The Donna Troy thing's really cool.
Yeah, that was my whole... I wanted her to be... I also like the Donna Troy in tow, because people say that. And then the Troya, because I did that because she has multiple names. I was like, I want you to be suspenseful which one I choose. And then the whole
she's your Superman now.
She's my Wonder Woman now.
Well, you don't have a Superman, so when you think about it, she's your Superman. I have two Supermans.
I almost put Black Lightning in this movie just because it just happened, and I was like, no, because I knew that I was going to do kind of a static thing with him, so he'll probably pop up, not like as a Titans, but like somewhere in Titans. I was like, it literally just happened, and when I bring in characters to JLA, they are always end credit scenes, you know, a JLA member shows up and says hi, but I didn't want to do that. So we got Donna, though. She's new. My original plan, I didn't know who the villain was, but Adam was definitely going to die, which is why I wanted to do a sequel for him. I ended up not killing him. I thought it'd be really funny if the Manhunter stomped him, but I went,
Imagine waiting 10 years to see the Adam, too.
Go to yours. Okay, I'm doing a review for you.
Yes.
This is the Saga of the Swamp Thing.
What do you think of the title?
Pretty cool.
It's from the original.
I use Saga when I know I'm never gonna touch the character again, which is just this guitar Saga.
I had a lot to talk about on this.
Yeah, I have one thing. So I know I'd like the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know Swamp Thing's origin.
Oh, really?
And I want to say I hate it. This whole first slide of you being like, and then this happened. I'm just like, I don't like this at all. And I was like, this movie better get good eventually. Because I really am not enjoying it. This would be the first movie that I like hate of yours. Like I can imagine seeing this in theaters and just being like, get on with it. I don't like this. Like
it's really, a lot of them in a facility in the swamp.
You know how I am about people's lives being ruined. It's literally like there's scenes of him just being just like screaming and just ruining his life.
It's a body horror.
I know. I just don't like it. I didn't like it until I saw right here Dr. Jason Woodrow.
Yeah.
Do you know what Dr. Jason Woodrow's origin is? Do you know what his first appearance? Yeah, do you know what his first appearance was?
Yes, I just read it. It was in the Atom.
It was in the Atom. He's one of his 4 villains. I read, as I was researching an Atom film, I clicked on his Wikipedia page, I read all of them and went, this guy's stupid, who would put him in a movie? Then I'm watching yours, I see, how do I know the name Jason Woodrow? I saw it today. And I see the Floronic Man, I went, oh my god, he touched the idiot. Constantine's back, Bobo the Chimp's back. I like that. I like that Linda. I like that relationship. Like they're married and Linda knows. Like I like that a lot.
She's a strong character that's doing stuff. I just don't write her out. Also, what do you think of Constantine Blood as a detective agency?
I like it because Blood was in. You said he might have been.
He might have been in the post credits. I think I had him show up and then I might have changed the post credits to being Swamp Thing or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, I like it. This was weird. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about Swamp Thing, so I don't know this character.
I don't know much about Arcane at all.
I imagine you didn't make that up because that'd be crazy. If you're like, you know what, I want to do this with him.
His profile picture on the DC Comics website is him ripping his skin off, and he's got you can see part of his chest, and he's got holes. So I went, fuck it, that's what I'm doing. You don't know if that's
power. That might have just been a thing that happened.
I went to his Wikipedia and was reading his powers and abilities, and it said he's an immortal from the 18th century. I went, well, shit, how do I write that? So originally, this part was Woodrow goes into a coma, and after it turns him into the Floronic Man, Arcane's like, wow, it did work, and then he went and did the experiment to himself to get the powers. But I was like, well, if he's an immortal, he just already has the shit. So I was like, I'll just rewrite that.
I like the swampy thing, obviously, because Toxie.
And I just didn't want to write Swamp Thing.
I love that, because you explained...
And she's not going to call him Swamp Thing.
I know, you were like, I don't want to type Swamp Thing. Then we got to... right here. Being a swamp thing into the swamp. I love that line. And honestly, Linda's my favorite character in this movie. Yeah. Turns out I don't like Swamp Thing, but I really like Linda.
The Bobo thing?
Yeah.
I wrote that just as a hilarious little... it looks like Linda's about to be killed, and then he just comes out and he's
like... The fact that happens twice, where he keeps popping... I was just like, I can't believe he was like, you know what, I'm going to put Black to the Castle in this.
So the reason Bobo shows up because they've been hurt.
Yeah.
So he takes them away. But then he clearly was like, well, they maybe need my help.
Yeah.
So then he comes back with a musket.
I love it. And Bobo is like literally a chimp, right?
Yeah, so he's like 4 feet tall.
I imagine him the Batmite to like John Constantine's Batman. I really
Okay, so if John Constantine is like cynical and like arrogant and he's always like joking and stuff, Bobo is like totally deadpan. Like he's a chimpanzee that's been alive for like 60 years, so he's a little bit depressed.
Oh, he's deadpan. Bobo's deadpan.
Bobo's totally deadpan. He's always like drinking coffee. And, like John will say something and he'll go, "Yeah."
So can I do a comparison?
Also, he's like his whole life since he's a talking chimpanzee. People are like, "Oh my god!" And so he's that his whole life. So he's always just kind of like, "Yes, I'm a chimpanzee."
Can I do a comparison? But I don't want to swap the characters.
Okay.
John Constantine, Bobo the chimp.
Yeah.
So you said he's like arrogant and dark and stuff, right?
He's like a cynical, like chain smoking comedian type.
Brendan Fraser in Monkey Bone and Monkey Bone, but Monkey Bone is John Constantine and Brendan Fraser's Bobo. Because Brendan Fraser was like, no, and Bobo was like, you remember Monkey Bone? He's an awful person. I showed you that movie.
It's a good movie.
It turns out I don't like Swamp. I like that Boston Brand is back, and then he's just like at a bar. And there's a book that this
100% sets up the next one.
Yeah, I was so mad at you for that. I'll get to that. I like this scene. I've recommended this book to you multiple times. I think I might have even said it on camera in one of these, or in camera. I for sure have seen it on camera before. I read a graphic novel all the time in middle school I think it's called Ghostville, and it's about this guy who accidentally gets sucked into the afterlife of ghosts, like to find his son or something.
Huh.
It's an incredible story. I've multiple times told you to see it, and he kind of he's like a washed up detective, dressed like John Constantine. So then for me to instantly imagine, like, that's like a thing that happens in the book, is like this washed up detective is like, I'm taking a break for a second, I'm gonna go get a drink. I should buy that book. Then we had the Green Lantern Corps, Terror of Parallax. I like this movie, but at the same time I hate it for two reasons. One, you totally did Hal Jordan as Parallax wrong.
Really?
The reason I know that is because I read the entire Wikipedia page for that today, because when I said I have an entire plan for Phase 4, it's the Parallax story.
Oh.
Yeah. You stole...
This is what I've been building to.
Yeah, you totally did the I love the Parallax Paradox because it reminded me of the Prison of Power. Because I have a feeling, is that what it's called?
No.
Okay.
Made it up.
Okay. There was also something I saw that...
Really good.
Guy dies, so I do like the movie. It's like Death of Superman where you got mad at me. You're like, no, you did it first. This is mine with that. Because I'm like, no, like I literally I'm so few movies away. Like, the Tattooed Man is a funny villain name. And then you said Black Hand Returns. What was he in?
He was in the first Green Lantern.
Okay. Because you're like, Black Hand is returned. I was like, crap, I don't remember yours as much as you remember mine. Because you edit them and watch them so many times. Then you have the JLA show up. I was going to say that last time. As soon as I saw Swamp Thing, I was like, his Justice League movie is Justice League Dark. I was like, he's been building Justice League Dark. So I was going to say that too. And then I got confused too, which I think was on the last slide. Yeah, because you're like, oh, he gets the attention of Flash. Wally. I was like, wait, Wally's his Flash? And then Barry shows up again. I was like, I could not remember what you did with all the Flashes. Then Barry dies. And I'm sad by that. I love how it happened.
I was going to kill Barry in the Flash 3, but I went, no. I want him to...
This is way better.
Yep.
Probably. I don't know how you're going to kill him. The Hal thing, it works.
He's going to get killed by Zoom or something.
Yeah, oh, okay.
So this is way better.
I like
and also, this is my Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Because I already did 3.
Yeah.
So.
He burns up. I like that. Parallax Kurt. So, I don't know if you do know Hal's Parallax story, right? Or did you just think this was what it was?
No, I know what it is. I just didn't do that.
Okay, yeah.
I did my own thing.
It's just so interesting, because I like the Parallax. I love that you did Ion at the end, too. I like that you maybe stole that from my Donna Troy thing, of being like, end credits theme.
No, he has so many different costumes and names and abilities. I was like, I'm just gonna...
Well, it's good, because there are no more Green Lantern.
Yeah.
I forgot that happened.
His second Kyle Rayner suit is so cool. It's the one where it's got like the neck
his
thing.
Ion suit,
and it's got it's like the green, and it comes down his chest. But then it's all rest is black. Then he's got green boots, and
I forgot.
I'm trying to find it
when I was reading it earlier. I forgot how cool the Parallax suit was.
Yeah.
Then you did Booster Gold in the Legion of Superheroes, which is kind of this was what my movie was gonna be. I was gonna have the
so funny.
I was gonna have the Legions of Superheroes in Robin 3000. Like, it was going to be reversed. It wasn't supposed to be Superboy in the Legion of Superheroes. It was going to be the Legion of Superheroes show up with Robin 3000 to fight in Booster Gold, to have that fight. And then I was like, oh, Robin 3000 has the anti,
this one.
Oh. I actually like that other one more. Robin 3000 had the anti-sculpt group, so I was like, oh, okay. Well.
Here's Kyle Rayner as Parallax.
Oh, I do like
Very cool suit.
Yeah. I like the V there. I love that DC does so many V bats.
I know.
I remember like a white bat.
That one.
Okay. What's the other one?
I
remember like a white one.
That one.
Okay. There's more?
No, it's those two.
Didn't he have a white suit? Or am I thinking of...
Then you're thinking of when he became White Lantern, which...
No, I remember like a white... Like, I remember like a suit like this, but like the white and black are switched, but the Green Lantern logo isn't there, but there is green. Maybe I made it up or something. Maybe I did it in a coloring book once. I don't know. I love this movie because, like I said, it was Legion, it was supposed to be Robin 3000, but then the anti-sculpt thing happened, and I love how much of it is actually, like, awkwardly Robin 3000, too, where it's like...
This is 100% original.
Yeah, it's like...
I did not read anything about the Legion of Superheroes besides a list of their members.
Blight's real?
Yes.
Yeah. But I was like, the Blight, and you're like, it's an alien infestation, and that's, that was the sculpt, and so I was like, man, I love that I got to see this is my favorite movie of the year, because I got to see my Booster Gold Legion of Superheroes movie get made, so I really like it. Interesting that he's kind of like slightly not tortured by them, but
what do you think about this? The whole...
I like that scene. Yeah, I said I like that scene. I was surprised. Like the opening is kind of weird, where he's just like, "I'm not doing this for you guys," and the Superman joke, and they just suck him out of the timeline. Like, well, I don't know.
Wouldn't you be kind of upset where you're like, I just got pulled out of time and space, and like you guys want me to help? You're calling me the greatest super of all time. It's like, ha 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 ha.
It's kind of.
I'm a loser.
It's kind of Loki in Ragnarok when he's like, "I've been falling for 30 minutes,"
Booster Gold knows that he's like, I know I'm a loser, kind of. Like, he knows he's a schmuck or whatever.
Because you changed his origin, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. I like it, though.
Yeah, so this one, it's like, he just got his life back on track at the end of the second, and then they pull him out. So he's like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
I like it. This is my favorite one, because like I said, I got to see my movie.
Go back one? You didn't...
I know, I didn't know what to comment on.
What about my favorite line?
Yeah, it's very funny. How did he get killed? Just a blight, I guess?
Yeah.
Obviously, like...
Because he can't do anything. His power is that he can change the color of things. So he can be like, you have a blue shirt now.
Did I kill Bouncing Boy? Or did I just really wanted to?
I don't remember.
He wasn't Bouncing Boy. He was just Chuck Tane for me.
Yeah.
Then the end credits scene, it's like, what lunacy? How does that happen? Like, I imagine him, like, on the couch together, and then, like, he just kind of looks over, and, like, he's watching, like...
His arm fall off, and he's, like, eating it.
Arm fall off boy is just kind of, like, sitting on the couch watching TV, kind of deadpan or whatever, and then, almost like, you remember our favorite scene of Family Guy as a kid, when Stewie walks up, hey, buddy... and just cuts off the arm. So I imagine kind of like that. Like, he's just kind of deadpan watching TV, and he's like, hey. He's like, hey. And he just kind of pulls it off. Like, I don't know which arm it is.
No, it would just fall off, and he was like, he eats it accidentally.
Oh, okay.
It just falls, and... Yeah.
Maybe, okay,
That's the ending of a phase, too.
I got a new pitch for you, then.
Alright, well, let's wrap this out, because she's...
Okay, never mind. My pitch was, like, it's nighttime, and he goes in the fridge, and he's, like, tired, so he thinks he grabs a sandwich.
Oh, no, they're just, like, sitting on the couch together, and his arm falls off, and he just accidentally eats it. Like, he's, like, eating snacks and something, and he just picks it up, and...
Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
Back to the thinny.
Woohoo!
And that's phase 3.
That was the end!
How was our phase? How was our year? Let us know who had the better year, who had the better phase.
I genuinely don't know who had the better year.
Really?
Yeah,
I was surprised you really liked mine. I think I did, because I don't like Swamp Thing, apparently.
I put a lot of detail in my films.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I'm up to 8 slides now, just the one character. I just kept coming up with ideas. This is the outro. This is the part where we do the outro. Like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. It really helps the channel out a lot. Ignore Bella, but don't forget to subscribe for more videos and hit that notification bell so you get us all the times free and you can always change your mind.
That's me, my Super Mario impression.
Oh, nice. We could buy the Super Mario Light Block at fan19.com.
I'm Pat Tracy. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Stardust at PatTracy01.
I think it's up here. I've been Lexstyle. You can follow me on Instagram at StraightAtheistJerk and on Twitter at Idiot. Check out my Stardust at Lexstyle and go to twitch.tv/Lexstyle. Watch me stream.
You can follow the channel as a collective on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Punk Rock Blues.
And if you can, you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/punkrockblues. Chuck us a buck or $3 if you can.
Yeah,
names in the credits. It'd be really helpful. We love making these. Share these with your friend. We're almost at 300 subscribers.
I'm thinking about bringing back Drunk Explained, but not doing it drunk, so I would change the name of it.
Why would you just sit here and do a sober review?
It'd be called The Failure Film.
Oh. So it'd only be bad movies?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it already was bad movies,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
so.
What movie did I say? Oh, I said I could do Green Hornet, Drunker Explain. Well, I always wanted to do Sober Sex Planes, where I review sex scenes in movies soberly. I should start with the girl on girl, the movie or whatever.
Okay, bye!
So share this with your friends. Bye-bye. Check us next time. Phase 4 coming at ya. Coming at ya.